Welcome back. So, last time we left off, I was drinking Rum Chata on ice, and now I have moved on to Rum Chata with some vodka and kahlua. And it's pretty good. Not bad at all. So, we left off in the game here in front of this ramshackle cottage. So we need to find out who lives here. So why don't we just walk right in and introduce ourselves. The woodcutter speaks to you. His voice is broken with sorrow. We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we have had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her bed. I fear she may die soon. Oh, God. Is that it? A woman is lying in bed, pale and still. Her husband is seated on the bed, holding her hand. Dude, so depressing. This is the kingdom that you live in? Okay. Look, woodcutter. The woodcutter sits on the edge of the bed next to his wife. Ever since the woods became too dangerous to venture into, he has not been able to earn a decent living. I see, so that's what's up. Talk to woodcutter. The woodcutter, still holding his wife's hand and gazing at her pale face, does not seem to hear you. Alright, well, what's this on the table? Here's a sturdy old plank table here. There is a sturdy old plank table here. The food it once held is long gone, but there appears to be a fiddle on the table. Can we take the fiddle? It doesn't respond. But it shouldn't be that... But it should be... Wait, did I say talk instead of take? Take fiddle. Sorry. You should not steal from these poor people, Sir Graham. Of course, we're good people. So, as a good person, you should obviously try to help them solve their problem. So, what do we have? What? No, okay. Inventory. Control line. So we have a carrot and cheese. Oh, and we have this bowl too, right? Okay. So let me save. I'm just gonna save and see what happens if you give carrot. The woodcutter accepts your meager gift of food. Thank you, Sir Knight. This will help for a while. Okay. Did we lose any points for that? Let me just look. We did lose points for that. Okay, so let's not do that. What you have to do is give him your awesome enchanted food bowl. Give bowl. The woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy. Thank you, Sir Knight. We shall never forget your kindness and generosity. Please take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks. Well, you should be able to feed everyone in the kingdom with that. Though I suppose you might be the only people in the kingdom. Now that I've killed the witch, who's the only other inhabitant. A dwarf, I guess. We've seen a dwarf. And a fairy godmother. Alright, get fiddle. Now we can take it. Now that he's given it to us, we can say, get fiddle. This is the woodcutter's old fiddle. Can we play it? Does King Graham know how to play? Sir Graham know how to play? You play a lively toe-tapping tune on the fiddle. He does. The woodcutter and his wife ignore your fiddling. Perhaps they prefer their own music? No. Thanks, guys. What's this over here? There's a sturdy old plank table here. The food once held... Oh, I already looked at that. The face? You see nothing special, Sir Graham. Okay. Look. Cupboard. Ah! Can't spell. Type. Whatever. There's a rickety old cupboard on the wall. Open cupboard. If there was something of value in there, the woodcutter and his wife would not be starving to death. Good point. Alright. Alright, bye guys. So let's continue going west. What do we have here? Another big lake. See a clear blue lake surrounded by a pretty meadow. Here's another bridge. Off to one side is a clear blue lake surrounded by a pretty meadow. A swift river flows into the lake. Okay. Oh, look, bridge. It is an old stone bridge worn smooth by the ravages of weather and time. Alright, continue to the west. Here's another bridge. A rough-hewn plank bridge spans the deep rushing river here. Okay. This is actually another troll bridge, but since we defeated him, and we've covered this area, around the surroundings of this area, I'll go down here now. And what do we have here? A little man? You see a wizened old gnome sitting in front of his house, whittling. Okay. Look, gnome. Okay, you see a wizened old gnome. So it looks like we have a spinning wheel here. This is the gnome spinning wheel. Thanks. What else do we have? Look, is that straw? There's a small pile of straw here. And I'm guessing that's gold. This is a pile of gold. Huh. So a spinning wheel, straw, and gold. I'll give you a guess who this guy is. Oh, he just talks right away. No, thank you. Ah, God. Welcome. Welcome, Sir Grimm. I've been expecting you. I have something that will be of great use to you, but first, Sir Grimm, you must answer this riddle. I'll give you 3 guesses. What is my name? Okay, well, he's going to give you 3 guesses, which is better than what I was going to give you. But we're going to save here just in case we don't get it right. So, if you guess Rumpelstiltskin, maybe you're right. Rumpel? Right? Stiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, very close, but not quite right. So, you still have 2 guesses. I think I spelled that right. So, if you remember, in the last video, we came across a hint in the witch's house that said, sometimes it is, what exactly did it say? Look, note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. So that's a hint. And the terrible thing about this game is that it never tells you what it's a hint for. You just kind of have to, I don't know, guess or something. So it's a hint for this puzzle. So he is Rumpelstiltskin, but obviously that's too easy. So you have to spell his name backwards. So let's see. Skin. So, and Rumpel. Wait, stilts. Stilts. Stilt. 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 And then Rumpel. Rumpelstiltskin. Hey! That's right! Outstanding. I didn't think you were that clever. I'm not. I never got that when I was a kid. Ever. As a reward for your sharp intellect, here are some beans. They are no ordinary beans, but it's up to you to find out why. I can make a guess, though. Somebody as smart as yourself should have no problem at all. Tee-hee. Okay. I'll step over here so I can give them to you. Here you are. Good luck on your quest. Okay, so in the original game, this game's a remake, right? So in the original game, it was even worse than that. It was way worse. It wasn't just that you had to spell it backwards. I don't think you had to spell it backwards. The note was still the same, but you had to spell it using a backwards alphabet. So Z is A is Z, Y is B is Y, and so on and so forth. And you had to spell it that way. Like, you would never get it. Like, it was impossible. It was an impossible puzzle. I would be surprised if anybody figured that one out. So anyway, can we take this gold? You cannot get the pile of gold. Why not? You're such a nice guy, King Graham, to Sir Graham. I'm never gonna get that right the first time. Alright, so here's that first bridge where we knocked him off. Can we go east from here? I don't even think that we can go east from here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say first, just in case there's terrible, terrible death over there. Okay, so we've also been there. And if you don't get it right, like, it's a really hard puzzle. Hey, we haven't been here before. How have we not been here before? It's a really hard puzzle, and if you get it wrong, you can still complete the game. Thankfully, at least it has that. A natural rock bridge crosses the steep, slippery banks of the river here. Look, bridge. This natural rock bridge connects the Daventry mainland to a small island. Okay. Lovely wildflowers grow profusely in this beautiful green meadow. How did we miss this area? Okay, so there must have been a couple of screens that we missed from when we tried to go east. We couldn't go east anymore, so we just went up. Is that what happened? Ah. There's more butterflies. Can we get some flowers? Excuse me, can we get more flowers? It would be a shame to pick the lovely wildflowers. Oh, but it's okay to pick clover, but you can't pick wildflowers, huh? Ooh. This doesn't look good. Large moss-covered trees surround a shallow, swampy lake. Same here. Large mossy trees surround a small swampy lake. Looks snake. The huge snake is watching you very closely, and its intentions are less than friendly. Really? Can we die from this snake? I don't think so. I don't think you can die in the screen. It's just like menacing and ominous for no particular purpose. You notice a small hole at the base of one of the craggy boulders in the center of the clearing. Okay. The hole appears to go deep down through the rock into the ground below. You can barely make out the faint greenish glow somewhere far inside. One moment. Alright, I apologize about that. I have an awesome cat. I have a couple cats. Love him to death. He wanted to go outside. So I put him outside. So it doesn't look like we can do anything with this hole just yet. So we'll wait on that. And here... Have we been here? You are in an eerie, desolate part of the forest. I feel like we have been here before. This looks familiar. A sorcerer. Okay, look. Sorcerer. The sorcerer wants to cast his brand new paralysis spell on you. The sorcerer casts his paralysis spell, freezing you to the spot. Satisfied with his deviltry, he departs, leaving you at the mercy of the forest creatures. Let's hope there are no dangerous creatures skulking about until the spell wears off. Can we do anything? I can't even type. Oh gosh, this is gonna take forever. Hopefully nobody will come. Looks like nobody came. The paralysis spell is worn off. You're free to move about again, but beware, the sorcerer's return. Okay. Well, that didn't do anything. Silly sorcerer. Take that. Yeah, we have been here before. How did I miss this area? How did I miss that area? I must have gotten off the grid at one point. We went here. We went across. So this is the sorcerer's area again. The small dwarf area. And then here's the cabin. Okay. So let's just go up again. Oh, and we're back here. Alright, so we've discovered all the pieces of the grid of the map. So now we have to find those treasures. We still haven't found any treasures. We got a lot of stuff. But we haven't found any treasures. And we didn't look at the beans. The beans. You were holding a handful of small beans. Okay, so we have to do something with beans. We plant them. You have to plant them somewhere, right? Because that's what you do with beans. And I'm guessing you might know the fairy tale that that's from. Considering a lot of the stuff's been from fairy tales, there's the goat and the troll from the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Then, of course, Rumpelstiltskin himself. I think that's it so far that we've come across. But all of the King's Quest games are kind of like, their puzzles are based around fairy tales, which makes it a little bit easier to figure out. So we have to bury the beans. So we can find a good place to plant the beans, and we will do that in the next episode.